Assalamu alaikum dear students. Today our topic is about sorption and desorption. We are actually continuing with our procedures, how the contaminant is traveling in different kinds of media. So firstly we talked about wet ozone, we talked about the groundwater, movement of contaminant along with groundwater. And the most important thing is to understand how one contaminant or solute is going to behave in a particular medium. If we talk about Vadose zone, this zone is actually an unsaturated zone in which most of the pores are partially filled with water, and the remaining part is having air or vacuum. And in this case we have the option that either the solute is existing in the aqueous phase or it is existing in the solid phase. So it will be dependent upon the typical nature of that behavior of that solute. So while assessing a contaminated site, we are very much interested in understanding how a particular solute is going to retain or it is going to move, because only in that case, if we study thoroughly the fate of the solute, only in that case we will be able to trace that contaminant. Even in that case we will be able to understand how long this contaminant is going to retain in a particular soil medium, or if it is having a different behavior, then how this solute is going to travel along with the water, along with the groundwater flow. In the previous lecture we focused on three kinds of processes which were regulating the movement of solute or contaminant in different kinds of situations or scenarios. So those scenarios were: firstly we talked about the movement of solute along with the flow, secondly we talked about the diffusion process, thirdly we talked about the dispersion process. We talked about all the processes separately and we tried to find the mass flux, how we can find out the mass flux, the change in mass at a particular location at a particular time, so that we can estimate the quantity of contaminant or quantity of that solute which is going to relocate itself under different conditions. So